Hey everyone, it's Ray. And I'm gonna have to apologize in advance. I have a little bit of a cold, so that's why my voice might sound a little bit weird. Anyway, I have a new mani for you guys today. It's kind of springish / Easterish. Anyway, so I did the similar design on my mom for Easter. Anyway, so you can see that right now. But as for mine, I didn't get this video up till now, so that's why I'm saying it's just the spring nails instead of Easter, because I'm really late. So quick heads up before we get started, I didn't do a tutorial for the chick, but I did a pictorial, so I'll explain that and I'll do the flower tutorial. Okay, so for the leaf part at the bottom of your nail, you're going to need some white and green acrylic paint. Now I don't have a ton of shades of green, so I just mixed the white and green to get several shades. So I guess that if you have a ton of shades of green, you don't need the white. Okay, so starting at the base of my nail, just right by my cuticle, I'm going up the nail with my darkest shade of green and a toothpick. I'm just going to make the grass. You could also use like that fake grass stuff that you put in like Easter egg baskets, but I was kind of lazy and I didn't want it to be like really three-dimensional. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my second shade of green. I'm just going a shade lighter. So I'm just filling in a few white spots with my new shade of green and covering up some of the darker green. Okay, now for the third shade of green. I swear this is like 50 shades of green. Okay, so I'm just making sure there isn't any white spots showing on the bottom half of my nail now. I'm just getting in some more green. Okay, now for the lightest shade of green. Okay, so this last shade is super pale, and so I would recommend not using a ton of it, but just enough to take it from green blob to actually grass. Okay, and now I'm going to finish off the St. Patty's Day fest by just adding some random shades of green. There isn't really any technique to this, but I just feel like it gave it some more dynamic. Okay, now that we found our way out of grassland, we're going to get to the flowers themselves. I'm going to be using a yellow and pink from the same brand of acrylic paint. We're going to be creating 5 pink petals with a yellow center, kind of like the flowers you drew when you were 6 years old. Okay, so I just squirted some pink out on my lid, and now I'm just going to dot them onto my nail using a dotting tool. I also use a bobby pin or toothpick for this, but for me, dotting tool was easiest. I'm just placing them randomly over my nail. They're kind of scattered, and I'm just doing them in that 5-petal format that we saw. Did you guys notice my hand jump? This is why. Yeah, this is why I have to take out the sound in my videos, because sometimes I sneeze, okay? Yeah, except mine's more like a squeak. Okay, back to the flowers. So I didn't record the rest of the flowers. I'm kind of lazy like that. A couple blank spots that I couldn't put a whole flower, so I just put a couple petals. Yes, we don't want any empty, awkward spots. P.S. Ignore the cleaning supply box in the corner. Okay, so now I'm adding the yellow stuff in the middle of the flowers. Just put it right in the center of those 5 petals. Apparently this is where pollen is, and that's where all the bees go and get it. Then they make honey, so that's happy. So I'm adding the rest of the pollen stuff. That's probably what made me sneeze earlier. Now we are done, so we can just swipe on that quick dry top coat. And oh crap, guess what just happened? I didn't wait for the paint to dry. No! My yellow centers, they smeared. Shoot. I'm just going back in some white acrylic paint to fix up my life mistakes. Luckily, it's not too damaged though, so I just have to fix the petals and then go back in with some yellow in a minute. But I'm still pretty ticked off about this. This is why you should wait for your mani to dry and actually have patience, unlike me. After I finished up cleaning up my mistakes, I literally waited about 20 minutes before putting on the second top coat. Please don't smear again. Oh, we're good guys, didn't smear. Okay, so the flowers are done. Now time for the chick accent nail. Okay, so this design is pretty much like the chick on the right, except I used a shell from the left, so that's kind of how this idea came about. Again, I used acrylic paint for the details on this nail. I used a toothpick with my acrylic paint to make this white, half-broken shell. Next, I use a small art brush and some black acrylic paint to make an outline of the shell. Moving on to the chick's body itself, I made the head and its wings with yellow, and then I also outlined it. For the outline, I took some black and yellow and mixed them, but it turned out having more of a gray color. Also, you can't tell very well, but I outlined against the black outline from the shell. Now for the easiest step, use acrylic paint and a dotting tool to dot 2 black eyes. Okay, next I had orange acrylic paint with a red outline for the chick's beak. Next I added 2 white dots, and the top dot is slightly bigger than the bottom. Also, I fixed up the beak a little bit. And lastly, I added a top coat. And I love this chick nail so much. I love the white dots and like the cartoony look. It's just so cute. And before we say goodbye, I'm going to hurry and show you guys my progress that I promised I was going to show you guys on my last video. By the way, if you haven't checked it out, go check it out now. It's kind of sad, just pre-warning. Here's what my nail looks like now. As you can see, it's grown out a little bit, and by the way, I just love this blue, FYI. Okay, so thumbnail's doing pretty well, but my pointer isn't so great. That one broke too, and I just forgot to show you guys. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye!